1 p.m. East African time here in Nairobi, Kenya. Thank you for keeping it TV47 as we get you up to speed on the latest at this hour. Now, Makueni's healthcare system is facing disruption as clinical officers sustain their nationwide strike, leaving more than 200 health facilities largely deserted. The Kenya Union of Clinical Officers says the county government has failed to resolve long-standing employment and remuneration grievances. The union is demanding implementation of the delayed collective bargaining agreement, higher risk allowances and payment of accrued arrears. It also wants the Director of Clinical Services position established, officers aligned with career guidelines and 110 contracted clinical officers absorbed. Now the union further wants universal health coverage staff moved to permanent and pensionable terms.
Solidarity forever. So it has taken us 27 days out. We are affecting service delivery. Health is critical. And for the government of Makueni to achieve and to realize the results that it has promised people in its manifesto, they must have a functional, healthy human resource in terms of the villagers, in terms of everybody that is working. So the public is struggling. They have to come to Makueni County Referral, which is not accepting SHA in terms of outpatient. So it becomes extremely chaotic. And somebody should not roam around saying that everything is well, all is well. It is true that there is serious crisis, and the crisis is man-made. And that is why I'm saying we need to call out people. If you are the accounting officer, you must be responsible. You must be held directly responsible.
Now, residents of Ngomeni in Mwingi North are raising concern of a possible conflict following the recent influx of camel herders in the area. The residents, who largely depend on farming for their livelihood, say they fear a repeat of the Kwakamari incident where 8 people were killed. They claim camel herders have since moved into the Ngomeni area, raising concern over escalating tensions and possible clashes between the herders and local communities.
Tunaovia mambo ya usalama wetu kwa sababu tunaelewa yale yalitokea kwa Kamari ward ya Saikuru, na kwa sasa kuna ngamia ambazo zinazidi kuonekana kwa wingi ambazo zinachukiwa kwamba ndio zimetoka pande ya kwa Kamari Saikuru, na ambazo zinaonekana pande ya Mandongoi chini nyuma ya kambi ya GSU Mandongoi, na zile ambazo community inawoga kwamba haielewi vizuri kwamba kunaweza tokea mambo kama yale ambayo yalitokea kwa Kamari.
Sasa haki itapatikana lini? Tuko na shida. Wale wenzetu wamekuwa wakifanya hataki kule kwa Kamari. Sasa wamehama kutoka kwa Kamari, sasa hii wako Ngomeni, the lower part of Ngomeni. Na huko ndio wanafanya zile vituko.
All right, and to matters politics, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi is urging Western Kenya to look beyond the 2027 election while backing President William Ruto's re-election bid. Speaking in Kakamega, Mudavadi called for increased voter registration and what he described as political continuity, saying ongoing infrastructure projects require sustained government support. Mudavadi has cited the Rironi-Mau Summit Road expansion as project capable of improving regional trade and connectivity. Mudavadi also launched the Magharibi Movement, a lobby group bringing together leaders and representatives from Kakamega's 12 sub-counties.
Shughuli ndio mingi. Haki, nachukua fursa hii, area yako imekubaliana na lobby group ya
Rembe. Moyanji
ndio hawana, wape silaha wafanye kazi. Mwenyezi Mungu ufanye biashara.
This is not just a political movement, not just a political lobby group. This is a lobby group about the welfare, the destiny of our community. So if you are looking at this lobby group as a lobby group that ends with the election of 2027, then you have got the wrong agenda. The lives of our people are not dependent on election cycles. We must plan for our community, for our people, for posterity. Kati huu, opposition iko disjointed, disorganized, disoriented. Yani ni opposition ya DDDD.
ODM youth leaders at Coast Region have reaffirmed their loyalty to party leader Oburu Oginga as they mobilize ahead of the 2027 general election. The youth have backed ODM's cooperation with government but challenged the opposition to clearly state what it offers young people. They have also urged Coast youth to register as voters, saying electoral numbers will be key in shaping the political agenda in 2027. The group further warned against internal divisions, insisting they will focus on strengthening the party ahead of the polls.
This party has only one party leader at the moment, and his position is our position. His choice is our choice. His decisions are our decisions. Sisi kama vijana lazima tujiulize maswali magumu. Kwanza, serikali hii inatusaidia vipi na inatupangia nini? Mnanipata? Serikali za chini na zile za juu, si ndio? Because siasa inaanza. And life is controlled by politics, si ndio? Wengine wanapiga siasa, wengine wanafanya kazi.
Hakuna kiongozi ambaye atawachukua serious kama hamna kadi ya kura. Tuanzie hapo. Wangapi hapo wako na kadi ya kura? Wangapi wako kadi? Nataka tuhakikishe ile target ya Mombasa ya kuongeza 200,000 registered voters lazima tufikishe. Na najua ya kwamba within our comrades, kwa sababu tu pekee kuna 18,000 comrades hapo. Hiyo ni yatosha kuchagua au kuamua ni nani atakuwa rais, ni nani atakuwa gavana, ni nani atakuwa senator, nani atakuwa MCA, mbunge na menginevyo, sio?
Now, Head of Public Service Felix Koskei has urged Kenyans to embrace the Vision 2060 blueprint recently launched by President William Ruto. Speaking during a homecoming ceremony in Busia, Koskei challenged youth to be at the forefront of public participation in Beyond Vision 2030, ensuring it benefits all Kenyans. He also urged youth to vie for leadership positions, with his remarks echoed by Economic Planning Secretary Dr. Boniface Makoha.
People like Oyatsi, this foundation of the Vision 2060 will be realized, because without governance and accountability, it will be very difficult to prosper when it comes to economics field, political and social sector. So I want to urge all of us on that note that with the launching of the national conversation to discuss Kenya beyond 2030 and perhaps to 2060 or 2063.
For this country to reach where it has reached, we have a plan we have been implementing, Vision 2030. Questions are, where is the plan? Has the plan is still on?
Well, there is a need for government and leaders to invest more on education for a better generation. Speaking in when she visited New Creation Children's Home, Butula, Busia County, Liza Foundation CEO and founder Elizabeth Mutuku, where they supported the children with school fees and other necessities, she urged leaders to join hands in bettering the education sector and improve the environment of the less privileged in the society.
Another NGO inaitwa Mana.
Shule mbalimbali na zaidi makao ya watoto ambao ni yatima, mayatima na wale ambao hawana uwezo wa juu zaidi. Manake licha ya kuwa serikali inatoa capitation, kuna pesa zingine za ziada ambazo zinahitajika katika mashule, na wakati mwingi wazazi wengine hawana uwezo. Hivyo basi serikali ikipata kuingililia kati, viongozi mbalimbali, najua eneo hili pia lina viongozi na kaunti zote 47 zina viongozi, wote wakileta nguvu moja pamoja ama nguvu hii pamoja, tuna uwezo wa kufanya mabadiliko katika sekta ya elimu na tusipate watoto ambao wapo nyumbani licha ya kuwa na uwezo mkubwa wa kusoma.
We believe at Lisa Foundation that education is an equalizer. You give them equal opportunity, they'll be able to go very far. Those lawyers up there, they are one day very vulnerable. That's why we give education as our first priority always, because we believe that we may not be able to help them so much, but we help them in education, we can really help them.
Tunashukuru kwa sababu ya hafla hii imeangazia mambo ya masomo kwa watoto, and ninataka nishukuru kwa sababu itasaidia watoto kuwa shuleni, na serikali, wanasiasa na watu wote, all stakeholders. Nataka ni appeal to them so that wakuje pamoja, washikane mikono kuhakikisha kwamba sio tu watoto wa home pekee, lakini watoto katika maeneo zetu zote wameenda shule.
From there, we head on to northern Kenya, where Garissa Township MP Decor Mohammed has hit out at former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua over what he terms as persistent criticism of Kenya's security agencies. Speaking in Garissa town, Mohammed accused the former Deputy President of politicizing security matters and seeking to interfere with institutions mandated to protect the country. He urged politicians to let security agencies discharge their responsibilities without political intimidation or interference.
Anasema sisi kama viongozi wa kutoka hii region, we do not develop our areas. Hii terminal imejengwa na governor. Aione na nitamtumania, niko na namba yake, nitamtumania. So aone hii terminal iko hapa, imejengwa na county government of Garissa. Hii runway imejengwa na national government. Sio yeye ameenda kutuombea. He is not the one who went to the president. Si yeye ndiye aliuliza president tujenge airport. Ni sisi kama viongozi kutoka hapa that this runway here is rehabilitated and extended and now very beautiful, very safe.
Now, Kenyans have been urged to evaluate leaders based on their development track record before making their electoral decisions. The call has been made by Murang'a leaders led by woman representative Betty Maina, speaking during a women empowerment forum in Gadera Maragua constituency. The leaders urged Kenyans to maintain peace and unity, warning against being divided by politics and the interests of individual leaders. They noted that elected leaders have a responsibility to serve Kenyans until 2027, when citizens will make their political choices through the ballot.
Tufanye siasa ya amani. Tufanye siasa ya amani. Tusiangalia watu kwa msingi ya ukabila na kwa msingi ya dini yao. Nyinyi mlienda mkapiga kura, wale watu walichaguliwa wasafu kutoka 2022 mpaka 2027. Wacha tufanye siasa ati hata watu wakimaliza kupiga kura, mwananchi atarudi kwake na endelee na biashara yake. Kama alikuwa anaenda kulima, atapiga kura asubuhi na arudi aendelee na kazi yake ya shamba. Kama mwananchi anauza duka, tufanye siasa kana kwamba mtu atapiga kura yake na pia arudi kwa biashara zake.
All right, 12 minutes past 1, we take a short commercial break. Do not go too far. Keep it TV47.
Sundays at 8:30 p.m.
Good morning. You have my rent?
Leo jioni kama tutakuwa tumelipa rent, nauza simu yako.
Hamna pesa. I need 3 G's to make my nails today.
Sasa inatuhusu aje?
Can I order now? Do you ship? Can I get blinking ones?
Mimi nilikuwa na trade. Nimewekelea kitele yangu. Kitele yangu na trade. Ikikunywa maji. Oh my God. He left me. Nitumie ni line. Uko nje kuna wifi.
Why? Hi-fi?
Wait, so what do we call this dish again?
I have no idea.
The cucumbers are there specifically for my beauty routine.
Tamulini kero make a beauty product.
Na ameenda.
Tunafaa tukuwe na logo yetu. Like, si ni brand already.
You won't entertain divas. No. I'm not dealing with a man child.
Amazing. Nishapenda hii energy.
Sundays at 8:30 p.m. on TV47. Saturday at 8:30 p.m.
My father used to tell me that our hotel is the home for travelers. I guess I forgot that. Recently, it's been more of a mirror of my own ambition. Booyah! We might fail. We will probably fail, but not for a lack of trying. So for the last time, and the first time, welcome to Connect In, the best experience in Eastern Central Africa and its environs.
Saturday at 8:30 p.m. on TV47. Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m.
This is a very serious place.
I see that. Surely. Hey, Nyumba.
This is the
Thank you very much for staying with us. This is TV47 at 1. Now, TSP party leader Mwingi has strongly criticized DCP leader Rigathi Gachagua, accusing him of misleading Kenyans through divisive politics. Kiunjuri says leaders should respect citizens' democratic right to choose their preferred leaders without political pressure. Speaking during a development tour in Nanyuki town, Kiunjuri accused Gachagua of encouraging residents to isolate leaders who do not support his political camp. Kiunjuri further alleged that Gachagua has used demeaning language against leaders supporting the government in the Mount Kenya region. Meanwhile, Forestry Principal Secretary Gitonga Mugambi has urged residents to support Deputy President Kithure Kindiki.
Rigathi alikuwa hapa Nanyuki town. Akanitukana, aliongea dakika 17. Dakika 17, dakika 14 ilikuwa ni kutukana Kionjore kutoka mwanzo mpaka mwisho. Walilongo. Wala mnisikiza Rigathi. Aliongea dakika 17, dakika 14 ilikuwa ni kunitukana. Sasa jameni, sinieri agenitukana dakika 3, alafu dakika 14 atumie kuambia serikali watu ya Kanyoni hawana daraja. Aseme watu ya Kanyoni kuna plot wanataka wapewe na serikali walime. Na serikali imewanyima, nitakuja kuwapatia. Aseme barabara ya Kahorora itegenezwe. Na ikikosa kutegenezwa atakuja kutegeneza. Aseme watoto wetu hawana mashule, atakuja kuwajengea mashule. Hata kama huyu Kasongo ni mbaya namna gani, yeye ndiye amefungua forest uende ukalime. Wale wanapigana na Kasongo, President Ruto, wanalima yeye ati alifungua msitu ili aibe miti. Yani ati president alifungua msitu ndiye aibe nini? Lakini nyinyi ile jamu likuwa naye na umaskini, rais amewaondolea. Kwa hivyo hata kama huna asanti kwa rais, hata kama hutampigia kura, kumbuka jioni mtu ambaye unalima forest, ukiwekelea chakula kwa meza, ukilipia mtoto karo, ukinunua dawa, kumbuka ni yeye amekusaidia.
Now, Giriama artists have turned to elders seeking cleansing and blessings in their music careers. The artist visited Kaya Fungo's sacred forest in Kilifi, where elders performed cleansing rituals and offered blessings in the hope of turning around their fortunes. The artists say the move was influenced by years of financial struggles despite their performances at hotels, airports and events. They believe something has been holding them back from reaping the financial rewards of their talent, even as they watch artists from other communities thrive.
Njokulia wale maarufu wa Kimijikenda wamekufa, hawana kitu. Tumeelewana mpaka hapo? Na kwa hali hiyo tumeona kwamba labda kuna mahali kulikuwa kunakosekana, na tumeona mahali ambao kulikuwa kunakosekana labda ni kukosa baraka za wazee ama kutanguliza radhi za wazee. Wamekuja hapa kuomba baraka na radhi za wazee ili wakati wanapoenda kuimba waweze kufanikiwa kama wale waimbaji wengine. Tunaona waimbaji wengine wanafundisha watoto wao na kuimba, wanajenga na kuimba, wanaishi vizuri kama kazi nyingine ile inafaidisha familia zao. Lakini waimbaji wetu wa Kimijikenda wao ni kufa masikini, ni kuimba tu matangani. Tumeelewana mpaka hapo? Kula mbuzi tu, kuishia hapo. Lakini ukiangalia wako na talent ambazo ni nzuri, lakini haziwafaidi kimaisha. Ndio maana leo wamekuja, wameanza na bado watakuja wengi kwa ajili wapate baraka na radhi ili wafanikiwe kama wale waimbaji wengine.
Now, tensions were high in parts of Homa Bay County on Sunday morning as the Linda Mwananchi movement prepared to hold a rally in the county. Tires were set ablaze at Oyugis Junction, with the incident raising concern of a possible disruptions as supporters made their way to the political gatherings. Now, let's cross over and listen in to what is happening at the moment. All right, those are live pictures from Nyandiwa, where the Linda Mwananchi Brigade is holding a political rally earlier on in Homa Bay town, that is Oyugis. There had been a little bit of tension, barricaded roads and even tires set ablaze as, you know, the political gathering was supposed to happen. But as of the moment, seems that the rally is underway. And of course, we will be getting you more updates as the day goes on what happens in Homa Bay as the Linda Mwananchi team, led by Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna, make their way through the county as they popularize the Linda Mwananchi. All right, moving on, conservation experts are raising concern of a declining wildlife populations in and around Lake Naivasha, with hippo numbers falling by more than 500 and waterbird populations nearly halving from about 20,000. Now, the alarming trend has prompted conservationists to turn to the next generation, with the inaugural Sawela Kids Conservation Festival held this weekend in Naivasha to inspire children to protect the lake's fragile ecosystem. Willie Dennis Njiru has more.
For the first time, Sawela Lodges opened its doors to hundreds of children from across the country for a festival with a purpose: to teach the next generation the importance of protecting nature and preserving the Lake Naivasha fragile ecosystem.
The lake, riparian land, and also the littoral zone where papyrus is, act as a buffer that secures the lake from impurities, pollution, siltation, and all types of negativities that may threaten our lake. Unfortunately, we've destroyed nearly everything that used to provide that buffer.
It's all about conservation in the world. And that is why you see organizations in the world are trying to give carbon credits to countries that are conserving planting trees. Because we all know that we are in this whole game together as a whole globe. We have to conserve. If we don't, we do it at our own peril.
With serious concerns over declining species population in Lake Naivasha, from fish and water birds to the iconic hippos, conservationists say urgent action is needed. Hippo numbers are estimated to have dropped from about 1,250 to 700, while water bird population have fallen from approximately 20,000 to nearly 10,000.
We had a population of birds in the year 1990s. The lake used to host over 20,000 birds. Presently, we barely get to 10,000 birds at any given time. You look at the population of hippos, when you compare the numbers that we had in the year 2000, we had over 1,200 hippos. Presently, we have barely 700 hippos in our lake.
Conservation starts with awareness. By helping children understand, appreciate, and love nature today, they can become the generation that protects its tomorrow. This as concerns grow over continued consumption of natural resources despite decades of conservation efforts.
Of course, we're enjoying what the previous generation conserved for us, but then the thing is, well, we are not doing so well in terms of conservation of the environment.
And therefore, we want to encourage the government, and specifically through the Ministry of Tourism, to ensure that these particular areas are protected and are conserved.
Organizers say the annual festival will bring together conservationists, educators, and children, creating opportunities for young people to learn about wildlife and environmental protection. They believe there is no better way of shaping the future of conservation than by empowering the generation that will inherit it.
If we don't conserve our environment, if we don't preserve our environment, especially us being the generation of tomorrow, we will really suffer.
We've planted about 10,000 trees here. If you look all around, every group that comes for a meeting here, we urge them and ask them kindly to plant some trees.
The last best time one would have planted a tree was 10 years ago. So the next best time one would plant a tree is now. So go out there and plant a tree and let us change our environment. For TV47, from Sheilar Lodges in Naivasha, Nakuru County, I'm Willie Dennis Njiro.
All right, let's get sporty. Now, more than 40 of